What am I hitting? Oh, I'm hitting my knife with my watch. That's a great way to start a stream. Welcome to another Demarcation Media live stream. A live stream on a Monday. That's not a normal way to do things, but it's because today is the day that these two kits release. You can go to the Blokees website right now and purchase them. I actually have a link for you pinned in the chat if you want to go and pick them up. They are 20 bucks a piece, which is kind of crazy. Blokees is giving us some great quality for such low prices. It's kind of insane. Also, I find it interesting. I'm just looking at this now. I believe Anakin's lightsaber is like all one piece, but here it looks like they almost planned it to be two. But anyway, Toasted Bricks, Prime B127 Smokescreen, Tyler Jeffrey, Official Zach Edits, Side Out 50, Shockwave, Triple 22. Welcome, Jesus is King, welcome. We have quite a few people here. I wasn't sure how many people we would have, given that it's a Monday, but Blokees Clone Troopers. That's I think that's a good reason to tune in on a Monday. So I'm going to tilt this way. Israel the Nation, welcome. Mercedes W, welcome. Yes, at last we are finally going into Clone Wars territory. And yes, you do get both helmets with this guy. And then we've got Anakin. Dandy of Lions, welcome. Nicholas M, welcome. Here's Anakin. And they did reveal prototypes for Obi-Wan and Commander Cody. And I do think Blokees is probably paying attention. So keep an eye on like social media and stuff, and anytime you see them asking or maybe even unbidden, let them know what clone variants would you want to see. Do Champion Class Rex and Ahsoka? I'm gonna be honest, I think it's only a matter of time. I think it's genuinely only a matter of time before that happens. So here we have the special pieces for Anakin. Now, what's interesting here, look at this. This is rubber. This is a very soft rubber for the front and back of his skirt. And then we have two faces. Two faces, which I'm going to be honest, I do think that they should have included a Sith eye face. So we have this kind of bored face here. And then we have a more angry face here. Jetwing Optimus Prime. Nice. Thought there was an Ahsoka. Ahsoka is going to be in the Champion Class Light wave. Will I review? Yeah, as soon as I'm able to get the Arkham Knight wave, I'm definitely going to review that. Okay, before I start cracking open all of these, let me go ahead and pray us in. Well, Lord, thank you for bringing everyone here today. Thank you that the scheduling worked out. I asked that this would be a just fun and uplifting stream for everyone. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, let me get all this plastic out of the way. The faces do look good. I'm actually quite impressed. This is like, I would say this is equal to, say, a Fig Arts. Also, look at this, guys. We've got Anakin's arm, his robo hand. Many runners. Fully stacked with Sentinel Prime. Oh, nice. We got the same weird stand. I don't really like the Star Wars stand. And then we've got... Oh, I did it again. Here we go. Here's a lightsaber. And then I accidentally left the other one. Look at this. You get a swinging lightsaber, too. I think this is absolutely sick. That's so cool. And then we've got that. Get all the plastic out of the way. My studio always looks extra messy after a live build. LK Customs, welcome. No, you're just exactly on time. What's my favorite block? Golly, that's tough. Well, this clone trooper might be up there. We'll see. Went to Florida and you found the Arkham Knight set? What, in Florida? That's kind of crazy, actually. Alright, I'm going to be attempting to keep my studio a little bit clean by using this. Using the cutting mat. So this stand, you can only use it if you put the special foot on. I don't really like that. Screaming or Sith eyes. Yes, I agree with that. A really angry Sith face would have been a perfect addition. Maybe they'll eventually do like some other version. But alright. So, look at this. This is they start you off with this like printed neck right here. And then we've got a bunch of hands. I do have a knife on hand to trim. Did I see the Defender leak? I did. No Nemesis. That's all I'll say right now. I'm just sad because no Nemesis. I wanted a Nemesis. I have to keep waiting. It's endless wait. Jetwing Prime. The Jetwing Prime is very nice. Although I do think we need an updated Optimus so that we can have better articulation. Alright, so there's a neck. Make sure I'm properly lined up here and properly in focus. Then we're going to go here. So I gotta be careful here because if you don't grab the right piece, you could mess it up. What's my thoughts on the Astro Rally line? I think that the line itself has an incredible amount of potential. I think that they need to quit the stupid freaking AI promo videos. They're garbage. Absolute garbage, and they make the whole line look so much worse. It's like, it gives the impression that they don't have any ideas, and so they have to just resort to AI. I'm like, come on, guys. What happened to, like, all the stop motions and stuff you were doing? Like, this is your original IP. You should be treating your original IP with as much care as you did the other ones. Like, maybe even more. People need to see that you care about this. Not that it's just, it warrants maybe 1 or 2 AI-generated things. Because half the time, like, I saw one, they AI generated some, like, big bot that people were like, oh, we're getting a combiner. No, we're not. At least not in the first wave. So it's just false advertising, and it's just stupid and lazy. They announced 2 new Optimuses. Yeah, that's the Action Edition and the next Classic Class. Those are, the Classic Class is Bumblebee movie. And then the Action Edition is just a new kind of G1 style. Alright, so we're making this very seamless. Is the cloth softer than the Vader cape? You mean this? This? Yeah, this is really rubbery. Like, yeah, you're not going to have any problems with that. I think they learned their lesson there. Alright, so this is the right side. Using AI. Yeah, I'm probably going to critique them pretty hard about that whenever I review Astral Rally. It's just so bad and lazy. Remastered Bayverse. Yes, I agree. Bumblebee is... I would say Bumblebee's fine. You know, he could maybe use some more detail, but overall, I think Bumblebee is probably the best one. Sentinel has a bland paint job. I mean, he doesn't have a paint job. That's the thing, is like... They are model kits, so it's just the color of the plastic. I mean, you can easily mod him to be battle damaged or whatever. I've seen people add some decals too, which works out pretty good. An Armada Optimus. There was also AI in the Ultron promo video. Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing. When they started, everything was like stop motion, and I don't know, it was good. And now they're... I don't know. They're getting lazy with that. I guess they're trying to cut those costs, which I'm like, come on, guys. You're raking in a ton of sales. Do you really need to do that? Like, really? blue one in Cars. I don't know if I see that. Wait, where's my... Ah, here we go. There's like texture on these parts, which is really neat. Other characters. Prime Megatron. Yeah. Optimus is just, I mean, he is the cash cow of Transformers. He's the face. So they're going to do a million repaints. We are getting an IDW Megatron next after Action Edition Optimus. But a G1 Shockwave is probably due. I don't know if they're going to do Transformers 1 Megatron, to be completely honest. We've kind of passed the popularity zone of Transformers 1. So, I don't know. Maybe that would still sell well. I don't entirely know. Look at this. This is a pretty advanced construction. One of the worst Blokees. There's nothing good. Okay, that's not entirely true. The amount of molded detail on the parts is really good. Blokees did a great job with that. They fumbled the articulation super hard, and they also fumbled in terms of just picking one color. Detail-wise, he's great, especially if you give him a wash. But he's definitely pretty meh. I wouldn't say he's the worst, though. The worst easily goes to the Golden Lagoon set. And then I would say that Rocket Raccoon from Rivals is also one of the worst. So this is kind of weird. This is like a butterfly, but it's also like a ball joint. So you don't get as much butterflying, but you do get some, like, I don't know, some shifting there. But the nice thing is, it looks pretty nice and seamless. So that's a win. Defender version 8. Yes, I did see it. I'm actually very much looking forward to it, despite still being sad that there's no Nemesis. I will continue to be sad until there is a Nemesis. Don't get you started on Golden Lagoon. Yeah, I feel you. That's genuinely my least favorite Blokees set ever. The first one, that is. I love the third one. The third one, the Dinobot Desertion, that one's awesome. Legend Edition Ultraman Noah. Actually, that's not a bad idea, trying to get that one from Temu. I'd love to try the Ultraman Legend Editions. They look really nice, like import level nice. Taiga, I think it's Taiga. I really want to try that one. So look at this. Look at this layering that we're doing here. We're making the robes by layering the parts. Star Optimus Prime. I do like that. I am a big fan of the way that looks. Also Drift. And Tiny Tarn. Big fan of Bayverse. Full remaster of Blokees Bayverse. Oh, like the EX version? I would also like a remastered EX Optimus. But they kind of have stopped doing the EX stuff. I haven't seen any EX releases in a while. Transformers Defender 8 from stores. Yeah, I saw that it was... certain places already are selling them. It's, one of the reasons it's kind of sad to be a US Blokees fan, because things are always slower. It always takes longer to get here, which means I always have to take a little longer on things. Tiga? Wait. Yeah, no, it would be... Wait, is Taiga the one with the horn helmet, and then Tiga is the one with the... Yeah, no, it's Tiga. That's the one I'm thinking of. Alright, we have a torso. And then we have a printed belt. David, thank you for stopping by. I didn't see you pop in. But yes, sleep is important. Please don't get low on sleep just for this. There will be plenty of content for you to watch once you're done sleeping. All right, so the belt, interesting. This is actually crooked. Transformers Age of Extinction and Last Night lineup? Maybe, but I feel like there's still too many people that hate that and wants other stuff like Prime and IDW. Personally, I want them to do more IDW. But the next Galaxy Wave is supposedly going to be IDW as well. So maybe that'll be enough. By the way, guys, you do not need to be doing what I'm doing here. You don't need a hobby knife. I'm just trying to make sure the nubs aren't so visible by trimming them a little bit. This is absolutely optional. Okay, we got to make sure we get this correct. So this is a sloped piece. And then this needs to go on the slope that way. And then this needs to be on the slope this way. Am I doing this right? But I'm not aligning something right. Kenji the Human, welcome! Good evening. Is it evening for you? For me, it is basically exactly the middle of the day. Alright, there's a couple of pouches that we need off of here. It's 11. Smokescreen. I'm a little sad that they did smokescreen as a clear. Why did they do that? I don't like that very much, to be honest. I would have preferred him to be normal. Suitable for great amounts of articulation. Or really bad articulation because they have a lot of moving parts. Ah, I'm dropping my knife. That's bad. Super Sentai sets. It's midnight for you. Golly. Well, this is why I don't usually try to stream at these times. But this is release day. So things are a little different. Okay, so about the Blokees Super Sentai, even if they do it, it's never going to be available outside of mainland China. As far as I'm aware, the licensing is super, super limited. Like, the most limiting licensing you can possibly think of. Why? I don't know, but... but yeah, those are exclusively mainland China as far as I know, and they are going to stay that way, and I don't think that they're making that many. Which makes sense. Why would you, like, really lean into making a lot of products for a license that you can't sell to your whole audience? Like, that, monetarily, that's a poor choice. Oh, this one. Alright. Newest Kamen Rider show? No, I haven't watched any of them. I don't actually know even where to watch them. Am I like an insider with Blokees who have a corporate contact? Yes, I talk directly to their marketing manager. That's how I get all of my information. That's how I get my release schedule. She's the one that arranges products to be sent. All that good stuff. But yes, technically speaking, yes, I guess you could say I have corporate contact. That's a strange way to say it, but yes. Have I just started on Anakin? Yeah, we just started Anakin, and the Clone Trooper is still waiting to be built. If it's midnight, I completely understand if you need to not watch the entire stream. There will be the replay. Blue Robot from Evangelion? Interesting. YouTube has a good amount. Oh, they do the Bandai thing. They do the Bandai thing and make it available globally on the YouTube channel. Interesting. Well, then maybe I'll have to take a look. I kind of want to watch, how do you pronounce it? Is it Zetz? Is that how you pronounce it? Because here's the thing. It's the suits and how they look that gets my attention. And Zetz has a really cool suit. Oh, Zetz is the current one. Yeah, I have seen that there's a lot of Ultraman available on YouTube. And I watched the Netflix show on Netflix. Could I ask Blokees if they're doing more Bayverse? I could, but here's the thing. I could ask them, but it's likely that they couldn't tell me. But here's the thing. If they could tell me, I couldn't tell you. I would have to keep it secret. So it wouldn't be much of a win for you. That's what I'm trying to say. It would stay a secret. Because if Blokees says, "Hey, don't share this yet," then I can't share it yet. Because I don't want to mess up a product release, A lot of stuff, Ultraman stuff in Tubi. Interesting. Power Rangers. Yes, I did know that. And yes, it's another one that's never coming to the US. As of right now, Kamen Rider is never coming to the US, which is sad. But I do have the Kamen Rider S set coming. It's almost here, but it's been the shipping company that is taking it to the postal service. It's taking forever. They're literally called Slow Sheep, and they are living up to their name. It's been like a week since I've gotten a tracking update. So I'm kind of half expecting it to just arrive one of these days. Alright. I'm just trying to make sure there's not a lot of excess plastic for the nubs, because sometimes more comes off than I want. About horoscopes? That's weird. Oof, that was not a good cut right there. I don't know that I'll try to watch all of the Kamen Rider. Just the ones that the suits interest me, because I'm like, some of them are too... I don't know, the suits are a little too wacky. Like, I don't really like the design of the candy guy. The candy guy is... Or like the... Some of the ones that come in the S wave are a little weird to me. What's it, BotCon? That's probably, it was just like they could bring it for special, special sale. It wasn't like an official, oh, we're retailing it in the US kind of a deal. Because yeah, last I knew, they didn't have the license to sell in the US, and it wasn't looking good in terms of, like, getting it. Kamen Riders. Oh, you mean the one with the motorcycle? Is that the one you're talking about? Also, golly, why is Anakin so thick? It's not how I remember the movie. License for China. Bigger scale is a great alternative. Interesting. Blokees Power Rangers was available in the US. I mean, I personally don't have... There's not much about Power Rangers that makes me go, ooh, I really want, I really want to be able to watch it or get the Blokees, so it's kind of a, like, for me. But yeah, I can understand. There's just a Google Drive with all the episodes? What? Why? Somebody just made a Google Drive with the episodes? That's really goofy. So I just realized I didn't get this off all the way. Chocolate Man comic. That's so strange. Yeah, it's just not my style, I guess. Not my style. All right, actually, we're about to clear a runner. Let's see, 2 and 3. The Blokees. Oh, one of the older ones. I was gonna say they haven't made him yet, but yes, they did. They made so much Kamen Rider stuff in the old body style, but that old body style, golly, it's kind of rough in my opinion. Same with the Ultraman stuff. That's why I never wanted any of them, because I don't like the body type. It's like a gappier Lego minifigure. But, like, not in a good way. Roger Dino, welcome! Oh, they closed... Interesting. So somebody just was like, hey, I'm gonna download them all. CC Lite will replace Galaxy version? No, well, okay, here's the thing. You are correct in that So here, in case you guys haven't noticed, for everything outside of the Transformers stuff, things are no longer called Classic Class or Galaxy version. For all the other licenses, we have Champion Class and Champion Class Light. And then also Action Edition. Action Edition is called Legend Edition for the like the wider range. So Galaxy version now specifically refers to that scale of Transformers. And then Classic Class Light now refers to that scale of everything else. That makes sense. Roger Dino, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week, actually. I forget, it's the beginning of the week. So we're layering again. I'm dropping it, but we're layering it again. Yes, I do have the Kamen Rider S-Wave on the way. I'm going to be doing live build of that and a review, of course. It just is taking a bit. I also have a Spider-Man, a brand new day Spider-Man on the way as well, and that's also taking a bit. That one isn't currently going to be authorized for sale in the US, which is why I had to buy it myself. Turn this off. I hope they do Obi-Wan's face as well as they did Anakin's, because Obi-Wan I'm very much looking forward to. Alright, that... I could have trimmed that one a little better, I think, but it should be okay. Scaling up the classic classes with the new... Yeah, they've gotten a lot bigger over time. These actually, I think, are bigger. Yeah, these are 5.87 inches. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think isn't that proper 112? Spider-Man's not clear for US sale. Yeah, as of right now, the licensing says no. Return of the Jedi. Yeah, Return of the Jedi Luke would be great. Alright, so what we're going to do here is these, I believe, are the... Nope, they're not the same. The narrower one goes here. The movie ruled. No spoilers, no spoilers. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time to see it yet. Oh yeah, it's at front and back. Right. Alright, and then the belt needs to go on like this. Well, it's supposed to anyway. Can we get this? What's going on? Am I not lining it up? Prototype. The box also does a horrible job. Like, the box is really not a good representation. Spider-Man. I also thought Spider-Man was going to be clear, given how many of the Marvel things are, available in the US now. But apparently not. I don't know why. Maybe the licensing is just going to take longer, but yeah. Last I was told, it's not clear. I'm having a hard time with this. I don't know why. Do I just need to pop this on? Well, I can't quite because I'm not getting this to stick. What's going on here? Captain Rex. Yeah, well, Cody's next. We know that. We know Cody is guaranteed. Rex, I also feel like he's a given. How could they not do Rex? I don't know. What am I doing wrong? This feels like it's... Feels like I'm doing something wrong. Feels like it's just not lining up right. That's strange. Spider-Man is in the movie. Bruh! I didn't even know that. King Phantasm, welcome! Alright, I don't know why I'm struggling with this here, but this seems to be causing me undue amount of pain and suffering. Hold on, did I put that on? Did I put this together upside down? I really didn't think I did. I did. Yep, that would be why. I built it upside down. Gotta really pay attention to this one. No wonder it's not working. Vendor station set. I don't know that that one's on my list yet. Maybe eventually I'll loop back to it, but as of right now, the Ultraman and Kamen Rider stuff and whatever is not well established on the channel, so it gets a lot less views, which means I can't spend as much money on it. Are we doing it here? What are we? There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yes. Yeah, Hasbro I think is a big roadblock for Blokees here. All right, we're getting somewhere now. You have it to tickets to see it again in 3D. So look at that. We're doing pretty good. Skirt of Doom and Despair. No, it's just me building it wrong. It was me. I built it wrong. Pays to pay attention to the instructions. Always. I don't know that I could watch a Spider-Man movie in 3D. I think that would kill my stomach. Like, I get car sick too easily for that. Am I gonna review Astro Rally? I 100% am going to review Astro Rally. That is gonna happen. Hasbro is also why it's also why we don't have the Star Wars ones too. As far as I know, they're also kind of blocking that. I'm making piles here. So I can just kind of trim up a bunch of stuff and put the legs together. Return of the Jedi. I want them to stick with the Clone Wars era for a little bit, to be honest. That's my personal favorite chunk of time for Star Wars, so I'm hoping that they stick with some more clones and Ahsoka and maybe Grievous. That sort of a deal. Maybe even Count Dooku. Kamen Rider Starlight version. That's the chubby one, isn't it? Alright, we're done with that runner. And then we'll go ahead and... Chewie. Chewie would be kind of funny. Think that he could be either really good or really bad. I would love a Scout Trooper, though. If they did Return of the Jedi, I would love a Scout Trooper. I would love Ewok. That would be great. Grievous Blokees. I'm surprised they haven't already. I think that they would do a really good job. Plo Koon. Plo Koon would actually be awesome. Plo Koon and then some Wolf Pack. Commander Wolf. Blokees, take notes. Take notes. Commander Wolf and some Wolf Pack would be amazing. But yeah, I think Grievous would probably be the most sold one other than the Clone Trooper. Alright, let me do some trimming here. Most boring part of model kit building is trimming the nubs. But it's important if you want it to look good. Episode 5 or 6, Luke or Leia yet? Well, again, they have only just really started. And Clone Wars and prequel stuff is really big, as always. And then with Maul coming out, that kind of even brought that back more. Which they are doing Maul. Maul is in the next 3 as well. So the next 3 that they showed off is Obi-Wan, Maul from Clone Wars Season 7, and then Commander Cody from Revenge of the Sith. Which I think is a pretty strong lineup there. I hope they don't mess up Maul's face. Because if they do, that would be so sad. Holly Amos, welcome! Normal Han. Yeah, we do need normal Han. I mean, they've already got the faces for Han and Luke. So, they just basically need to recycle those. Because I think those were pretty good. Oh yeah, there's one here. Darker plastic is always harder to trim properly. Because you can leave kind of stress marks-ish. That's what makes these little nub marks white, is its stress marks. Bo-Katan into Rook. Oh yeah, they totally could actually. That would be an easy recolor. Although they might need to change that. Because I believe these guys here are scaled up, and Mando is not. Mando is still the older, shorter size, so they will have to fix that. They probably will just have to make a new mold, which is kind of sad. The downside of Blokees innovating so fast is that we end up with stuff that doesn't quite scale together after a little bit. Or like the detail increases dramatically or whatever. Burnt. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Definitely. I'm expecting to see it on the subreddit or something within the next like week. These nubs here are a little bit ugly. Although I think these ones will mostly not be seen. Because that's like the thigh swivel. Anakin and Vader. Oh yeah, there's also the light version of Vader now as a exclusive. And he's got a cloth cape. Blokees. We need a new Vader release. Maybe a Rogue One Vader or something. Red-eyed Vader with a cloth cape. I think that would be great. But yeah, it is so sad that Vader released right before Blokees started doing soft goods. Kind of, again, the cost of speedy innovation is that things get left behind like that. 0. Blazar if you want a caveman. I'd probably get, was it Tiga? Is that how you pronounce it? Tiga? I like the Tiga look. It's very sleek, very classic looking. I kind of want to get the Galaxy S Special Edition where it's Tiga versus that weird monster. That, like, shell monster. Where does Darth Vader do all of his shopping? Oh, no. I think I'm going to regret asking that. I would love a Rebel Fleet Trooper, too. I like those guys. Or a Republic Trooper. Vader mold. At the same time as... No, that wasn't a prototype. That was the white Vader. It wasn't an unpainted prototype. I know it looked like it next to all the gray prototypes, but no, that was actually the kit. It was all white Vader with a blue lightsaber. That was a special exclusive. What? I don't know how to say that other than fins. Welcome. But yeah, maybe they could just retool that and recolor it, and then we can have a better Vader. But yeah, that was actually what that was. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that particular kit unless I find it somewhere for sale without me breaking my bank. Because, yeah, exclusives. The Darth Maul. Oh my gosh. Fair play. I should have seen that one coming. I should have seen that one coming. When you trim a nub and it folds kind of over, the plastic folds over and gets in the way of the joints fitting together, that's when you really gotta make sure you trim stuff properly. Vader from the Rebels series. Yeah, they could. Although Vader from the Rebels series had a very different shaped helmet because Rebels was so stylized, so I don't know. Do I pay extra for Blokees to send you the... No. I work with Blokees. They send these to me in exchange for the content. I don't pay extra. That's not how that works. By all... basically, any way you look at it, technically speaking, Blokees should be paying me for this. So, the product, you know, them providing the product is, like, that's the least they can do if they want me to be covering this stuff so frequently. Mafex Kenobi Vader. I heard that one's really good. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Alright, look at this joint. This is a kidney bean looking joint, but I think it's actually pretty good. They've kind of improved their joints as they've gone. Because the first, like, the Stormtroopers especially, they were really fun to pose, but man, they were messy joints. Gundam Zero and Helix. Which one is the one from the game? I kind of like the new Gundam stuff that's coming out, but again, I think I said this before. Wait, is this the... What? I grabbed the wrong one? Oh, apparently I did have the wrong one. I feel like the Gundam stuff they kind of just repeat themselves. Like, I would like to see some very new designs, not just like higher detail. The pink suit that can... Oh, is that the one that Blokees did a Legend edition of? Is that the one that... Am I thinking of the right one here? Alright, so we're going to fit this joint in. Nub marks are still a little visible. And then this knee will pop on there to make it very seamless. Do the same thing for this side. Oops, I missed a spot. Abner's Playtime, welcome! And the Great Zeta Gundam, welcome. I think that that pink suit's really cool, actually. I would love to get that kit eventually. We'll see if I actually do, but I'd love to. You just want the golden Soundwave? Interesting. Not a lot of people wanted the golden Soundwave, like, over a normal Soundwave. But you got the Super Bumblebee. That's a pretty good pull. That's a really good pull, actually. Concept art Vader. That would be a good alternate piece, I think. Not as like a full kit, but like if they did another Vader. to have that be an optional helmet, the same way that this clone trooper has Phase 1 and 2 helmets. Did I not trim something right? It feels like something's keeping this from sticking together fully. Do I have the Master Grade? No, I don't. I've heard that one falls apart easily. At least that's the last thing I knew about it. Alright. So this is kind of cool. We got like full leg pieces here. Alright, that's another runner complete. Oh yeah, we only have 2 joints here because they've changed the way that joints work. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and grab all the foot pieces here. They're saying a couple of clone troopers. I have one other one. I might see if they'll send me more, because I'd love to do a stream just painting some clone troopers. I think that would be super fun. What do you think about Transformers Age of the Primes? The toy line, or is there a show that goes along with it? I haven't watched anything having to do with it. I don't keep up with a lot of the new Transformers stuff. And a lot of the Age of the Primes designs don't look that compelling to me, to be honest. Can't speak. Godzilla. I haven't seen anything beyond the very limited, like, teaser. The toy line. Oh, yeah, like I said, I think they're a little... I don't know. It feels a little lackluster to me. There's not a whole lot there that makes me go, wow, that's super cool and different. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. Like, I don't know. Not my cup of tea when it comes to the Transformers designs. It just kind of, yeah, that didn't seem like anything very new and special. I'll trim that. I hate trimming the darker pieces, though. Like I said before, they just mark up way worse. That's why sometimes you'll be left with a little stress mark, and then I can just scratch my fingernail over it and kind of rub that mark away. Why did they put a nub mark on the literal side of this piece here? It's terrible. Why? Why would you do this, Blokees? No. That's actually really difficult to make it look nice. Alright, I probably should not trim that anymore. Studio Series 86. Again, it's a kind of like, oh, it's the same as they keep doing. They just keep rehashing the same designs without making it look all that different. And, like, they look fine for what they are, but holy crap, they're so expensive. So expensive. I had multiple people ask, like, oh, hey, can you get the Studio Series 86 Optimus? And I was like, okay, I'll look into it. And then I looked into it, and it was like, holy crap, this guy's like almost $90 freaking dollars. Wait, did I put that on the... That's the wrong side, isn't it? I thought I had the right side. Well, I have the right side, but that's not the right side. Well, this could be... Potentially... I always do this. This has to happen at least once a stream. Always has to happen. Maybe I can use this Sheik Mainland piece to, like, help me pry this out. No, that's... Plastic is too soft. Anakin, yes, Anakin can hold his saber in either hand. Oh yeah, I bent the end of that, dang it. Well, that was not the right tool. They only do ball jointed wrists. They're moving away from the hinge wrists. Optimus Prime is 110. Golly, that is not worth it at all. Because it's just like plastic. It's not even like high special detail or whatever. It's just like... it doesn't look all that impressive. Oh no, can I even get this out? Oh gosh, yeah, there we go. That was the wrong side. There we go. That's much better. Oh boy. Wait, how do I get the image for the thumbnail and the clone trooper if I haven't built one yet? Now that's a very interesting question. Very interesting question. You'll find that out later. Alright. Those nubs aren't the best cleaned up ever, but this fits better. Is this gonna... No, wait, I was correct with this piece. Yeah, hold up. But that's this side. No? No, it was correct. The 86 shockwave was okay. Why does that look so weird to me? It looks like it's bending the wrong way. Is that actually just how it is? I guess so. I don't know. That's what they're telling me to do. 86 Optimus Prime bootleg. If there's a bootleg that does a Nemesis recolor, I might. I know there's going to be a, what is it, the MPG 17. There's already a bootleg of that in the Nemesis colors being made. I would love to pick that one up eventually, but we'll see. I have too many things I love to look at and not enough time. Not enough time. And not enough funds, really. This channel is not, I'm not drowning in money here. Let me say that. I know a lot of people think YouTube is like, you must be rich if you're doing YouTube. But, no, that's not really how it works. Alright, there's the other leg. Ah, more dark piece trimming. Well, that's most of this kit anyway. Honestly, if you could get these nubs to be like pretty much vanished, this would look like a Mafex or Fig Arts. There's a SS86 bootleg Nemesis recolor out there. I might have to track that down then, because I think that would be pretty neat. And you know, like, I don't know, 50 or less, that's what it feels like that particular figure would be worth, in my opinion. Like, I get that it has a transformation and all that, but for $100 and some bucks, you can get a third-party transforming figure that has, like, metal parts and way higher detail, and, you know, it's just generally a more impressive figure. I don't know why I would buy the official one just for a subpar product. I tried making a Defender version Nemesis custom. No, mostly just because I kind of want to just wait for one. Because my custom, I don't know how to like properly do the decals and like the teal stuff. So I'm just kind of waiting because even the red Optimus Prime figure is better than the SS86. I feel like that's maybe a bold claim. But yeah, anyway, I want my Defender Nemesis to be, like, very perfect, and I don't think that my customization skills will do the task the way that I want it done. Already a good, really good mold. Yeah, you're definitely not biased at all. Definitely not. Popped in all the way. Alright, then the ankle joint. There we go. Also, look at this knee bend. No limiters here, guys. No limiters here. Van Nada, gotta sleep for work. Yeah, please don't stay up for this stream if you need to get some sleep. But thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good night. Trim this off. I never like building the feet on Blokees kits. I don't know why. It always feels extra tedious. What do I think about the 86 Shockwave? I don't actually know if I've seen that one. Or if I have, I haven't looked at it long enough to form an opinion, you know? You're saying from experience. Well, yeah, experience or bias, you know. Similar thing in this particular situation. Okay. That is a... Oh, that's deeper cut than I meant to make. That's not good. That's always the worst feeling. Like, oh crap, I've made a gouge in the plastic. That is not ideal. Okay, kind of cleaned it up. Got to be careful about how much of an angle you cut at. Siege one, but they got rid of all the details. I mean, I guess that is G1. They are mostly boxes stuck together. And Siege was mostly boxes stuck together, but with more detail. So, I guess that makes sense. What? Every version of Nemesis? No, just the good ones. Like, I probably won't get that Nemesis Star Optimus because I don't think he's worth the price. Also, I think Prime vs. Prime agrees that that's not worth the price. Because I saw his review for the normal Star Optimus pop up the other day, and it was like... He didn't seem very happy. Alright. Black one. Nemesis is the black one. The purple one is Shattered Glass Optimus. The alternate dimension Optimus. Alright. Time to build some arms. Great Zeta Gundam, thank you for stopping by. We will see you around. Alright, so again, I'm going to do the same deal here. Just pop all the pieces that I need out, and then we'll trim from there. 5. DV08 leak. I did indeed. No Nemesis still. Trailer from DV08 might be some kind of combiner. My guess is that it could split and maybe form the base, but I don't know. We'll have to find out. All right, what is it? D110. Then we need D111. Then we just need a couple of these joints. Or SS86 Optimus. Good figure. Yeah, see, again, if it were like half the price, I probably would pick it up. I probably would, you know, I probably would give it a try. But I don't want to give Hasbro my money when they're charging that much. That's, I don't know. Sometimes there are companies I'm like, man, that product is expensive, but I get it. And I'm like, all right, it feels worth it to me, even if objectively it's not worth it. Like Acid Rain, that's objectively very expensive for what you get, but I really enjoy it. So for me, it feels worth it. But looking at that Optimus, it does not feel worth it. AS08. 25. See, now that sounds reasonable. Especially if it's decent quality. Actually, you know what? I might be able to just go ahead and... Well, no, I don't want to get the hands too mixed up. I don't want to get the hands too mixed up. Alright, I need to be careful trimming this because this is the special printed piece. It's almost impossible to remove that kind of a nub mark. Combiner B? Optimus Maximus? Well, I don't think it would be a proper, like, big combiner. Like, there's probably some play feature or something. But again, I would venture a guess that it's probably, like, the base mode or something, like, along those lines. Because we're already working towards Volcanicus. That's the next, like, big combiner. We started Volcanicus, and then quick did Bruticus. And now we're back heading towards Volcanicus. Because Swoop is in this next wave, too. Yeah, I could totally just not trim stuff if I didn't want to. Iron General. Okay, cool. I will probably look that up then after I finish this stream. AS08 Iron General. I love the names that the third-party people come up with. Iron General. Iron Warrior. That's the Transformers Prime Optimus. There's all kinds of... Deformation. Toy. Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Right. I probably should speed up a little bit. I'm taking very meticulous care to trim these joints, but Optimus David? What? That's a choice. Well, I have a Jazz, and they call him Jezzy. Bingo Toys Jezzy. Yeah, wait, we need... Wait, is Swoop the last one? Is Swoop the last one? Am I losing track? Because we got Grimlock. We've got the... Wait, who are we missing? Are we missing Triceratops? Do we already have Triceratops? I'm not very good with the Dinobots' names. Alright, this one doesn't need as much trimming because you won't see it. It's just about will there be parts collisions at all. This one is the sleeve. This has some nice texturing on it. And I want to make sure the nubs are not very visible. That one is ugly. Alright, those cleaned up pretty well. I'm okay with how that cleaned up. Blokees Astral Rally. Astral Rally looks amazing. I will be covering that soon. The next DC Defender wave is the best one that they've done yet, and I don't even have it in hand. I can just say that because, I mean, it's Arkham Knight. We got Nightwing and Robin and Red Hood. There's a lot going for that wave. And the DB8 looks pretty good. Anakin's your favorite character ever? I would say, yeah, this guy is definitely a rival to... For sure better than Black Series, because he's got double joints. But even the imports, I think that he has a nicer, like, overall plastic finish than a lot of the imports. And honestly, his face, in my opinion, is good enough to compete with something like Fig Arts. Sometimes Fig Arts' faces are just kind of cursed looking. Champion class Red Hood. Oh, yeah. That would be awesome. I would like Red Hood. A champion class Red Hood, not Arkham Knight. I feel like Arkham Knight has gotten plenty of, like, actual action figures lately from places like LPZ and InArt and whatever. And I don't know that I think a proper Red Hood would be nice. Will I do Rivals Ultron? If I'm allowed to, I would love to. I don't actually know what's going on with the licensing for that one yet. So that's something I'll have to ask Blokees about. If I get the chance to, though, yes, absolutely. If they make Red Hood, hopefully they don't. Red Hood, hopefully they don't complicate it too much. Oh, you mean like hopefully they don't make it in their cyberpunk style, like they did for the other 3? It looks like the next releases are not going to follow that, because we've got Hush Batman coming and Hush Catwoman, and Absolute Batman. So it seems like everybody's doing Absolute Batman. InArt, LPZ, Z, Blokees. Everyone wants an Absolute Batman to their name. I personally don't understand the hype for that design. Like, it's not bad. It's just I don't quite understand why everyone loves it so much. There are other designs I prefer. How close am I to Blokees? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like how much information can I get from them? Type of deal? All right, let's put an arm together. Brown jacket, helmet, and white eyes. Yeah, like a nice classic one. All right, so the arms are not the same. Oops, I forgot a nub. The arms are not the same between the two. Like, you're not going to be doing the same build. All right. Pop that together. Make sure it's nice and fitted. Then we need to build the joint. Pop this in here. I thought they were going to do limiters again like they did with Moon Knight, but nope, no limiters to be found. How much are they willing to tell me? I mean, I can typically get information about stuff, I don't know, sometimes as much as a couple months early. But again, if I get information, it's not something I can share. Like, I had the Rivals Spider-Man, I think about a month early. Because I had to make that video, and they had to make sure they approved it and whatnot. Wait, is this correct? I think so. Doesn't feel correct, though, because it's not going in. Do I think they're going to adapt that to Transformers? Oh, that was just a very stiff piece. To be honest, I don't think so. I think the Transformers stuff will probably stay very similar to how they have been, but I don't know for sure. I could be incorrect. But yeah, if I share stuff that Blokees has asked me not to share, then whoa, what am I doing? If I share stuff that I'm not supposed to share, then that's kind of the end of that. Like, I wouldn't be able to do any more videos and stuff for you guys. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Alright, so he's got an arm. Now let's do the other arm. Also, I don't want to, like I said before, I don't really want to mess up any, like, Blokees releases, right? Like, if I know stuff early, you know, I might hint at things here and there, but I don't want to give it away because that might mess up what Blokees is trying to accomplish, and I don't want to do that. I want their lines to succeed. I'm not trying to thwart them. Like, sure, I could actually, you know, they might send me something early, and I could pop out a review real quick, and it would probably get tons of views, but, then that messes up the relationship with Blokees, and then that could cause problems for them if they haven't finalized licensing or whatever. So it's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea to mess things up when, you know, you don't have to. Is this the right alignment? Yeah, I believe it is. There's a little tab there that has to be lined up. Then you have to, like, Apparently I'm not getting it lined up quite right. Yeah, this part's a little fiddly if you don't have it lined up just right. There we go. As soon as you get it lined up just right, it's easy. Wait, whoops, that's the wrong one. All right, so look at this. That arm can still bend really well. I'll just do one set of hands on stream so that we can get to the clone trooper. So let me grab a saber holding hand, and we'll get this hand. It's like dynamic hand. That me I need a 2. Glazing Blokees for 2 years. No, glazing is the wrong word, because I will tell them. I will tell them when things are wrong. So for example, like I'll record little videos and be like, hey guys, this is in particular is a problem. I brought that up to them about champion class drop down hips. They tend to be really fragile, and they don't. The design is good in theory, but then in like use, it can wear out quicker than it should. So I sent them I think it was like a 2-minute long video breaking down why that particular thing was not good and needed to be fixed. So, you know, we tell them when they're doing good, but also we got to tell them when they're doing bad. They got to. That's the thing about feedback. Proper feedback, balanced feedback. We can't just say the most amazing thing all the time or the worst thing all the time. Oh yeah, also look at this, guys. So this is just a ball joint wrist now. So you get like that much movement, but then you can give it a tug, and then that pulls it out so you can get the up and down, which is kind of slick. Oh, I didn't see this. Do I use joint strengthening pens? Typically, I just use super glue or floor polish. What I'll do is I'll just take, you know, the joint, unplug it, coat the peg or the ball with a little bit of super glue, allow it to dry. You want to do thin layers, and then pop it back in. None of the issues. They do listen, I know that. You know, sometimes they make stupid choices, but they do seem to be listening. Oh yeah, so we also get a lightsaber that's deactivated, and there's a hilt attachment here for him to hang it on his belt, and then there's one for him to just have it normally. But we're gonna build the lit one. And they did this a little differently than Vader, which I'm glad about. Vader's was like this massive lump in his hand. But now, what we do is we just pop this in like this. Fits very nicely. And then you only get one end between these two. So you gotta pick which one. Do the same loose, tight joints in the Galaxy versions? Yes, that's I haven't sent them a dedicated video for that, but I always mention it. And I always mention it in the videos if there's loose joints, because it's, you know, tolerances that need to be worked on. But yeah, I personally don't like loose joints. So anytime there's like really loose joints, and that's something Blokees does run into fairly often, it's like, okay, guys. All right, we need to talk about this. All right, I'm going to put the angry face on here. Then we're going to pop the hair on. It is rubber, so like it's going to bump here. Clone armor. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know how to say it. Kusitoku. We actually are about to build the clone trooper, so you joined at the right time. Range of butterfly joints. I'm going to be honest, I think that butterfly joints are a little overrated. I think that people rely on them a little too heavily. That's my opinion. All right, here we go. Let me bring this light up a little closer. We've got Anakin. We will build the clone trooper next, but let's take a close look at Anakin. So his face looks really good. His head is a little limited, I would say. And these butterflies are a bit more, I don't know. They went for look over like super good use there, which I don't know about. Whoa, that's apparently not popped into place. Let me try this again. Ah, there we go. Gotta get that click. What does the flipped over face look like? This one, it's just kind of him being bored. I think that their faces are too similar. Butterfly joints are a necessity. No, you don't. You can get away with some very nice looking poses without a butterfly joint. It's, you very much can. There are certain extreme poses that might need it, but you can definitely get away with not having a butterfly joint. Look at that. Torso joint's pretty good. Look at that. He can get up with the leg easily. Knee bend. You're not moving them well. I would say if you have to have a butterfly joint, you should probably learn a little bit more about posing. Because, again, I've seen some people get incredible poses out of figures without. Look at that. That's pretty good. He looks very nice. And he's also fairly stable, like the feet are big enough. He stands quite well without the stand. You don't need the stand. TCO3 is hesitating because of the lack of accessories. The DC Defenders never have that many accessories. They usually get like one apiece, and that's about it. Exactly how tall? 6.06 inches, according to the box. He scales to Black Series very well. Can't hold a sword or anything with dual hands? Sure you can. You have to rotate the arm this way, like this. This is not using butterflies. And he can get a two-handed pose. Look at that. The butterflies are not being engaged at all here. This is the butterflies, you can see, not being engaged at all, and he has both hands on the saber. And that looks quite good. He looks like he's about ready to strike. That's good. You gotta use the tools that you have to get the good poses. Don't let the joints do it for you. Because otherwise, you're not actually learning how to pose, you're just learning how to move the existing joints. I know what you mean. You're relying on the butterfly joints as a crutch. They're useful, yes, but they're not necessary at all. They're absolutely not necessary. Because when you do a butterfly joint, guess what happens? Gaps happen. That's not very human. The elbows are bent. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Use the other joints. The straight out, nobody is going to hold a sword like this. That's not... You don't hold a sword straight out like this unless you're, like, in the midst of a stab. It is a figure or model kit at the end of the day, and being good at posing is using the tools that you're given, not just always relying on good articulation. Because I follow a guy who goes by Peter's Late Rent on Instagram and TikTok, and I don't know if he's on YouTube. But there's a couple figures that he's posed that I thought they had dismal articulation, personally. I thought they were pretty stupid and pretty bad. But he managed to get some very good poses just from working on it. And again, the thunderclap on the Hulk. You reach the arms forward, you turn it in, boom. No butterfly needed at all. You can totally get away with that without butterfly. Spider-Man sitting with his arms down. Again, you can do that too. You just use the elbows. Stevenson, that's hilarious. Welcome. I'm just gonna stack that over there. And wait, did I not pull the instructions out? Oh wait, no, I pulled the instructions out earlier. because I found a problem as I was examining this. So I want to show this off just for future reference for people. See how there's a peg in the center there? That's not correct. There is no peg in the center. If there was a peg in the center, that would cover up the ball joint. There are pegs on the sides. I looked at the parts. This is a wrong printed thing. This is wrong. Please don't get too hung up on this. I puzzled over it for like 5 minutes when I was first building. It's just incorrect. It's just incorrect. So video on these earlier. Oh yeah, today is release day. So today is when all of the parts or all of the content's coming out. All right. So here we're about to build some butterfly joints. Actually, we were talking about butterfly joints, and here we go. So I kind of like that pose I got Anakin in. That's a pretty good pose. So here's the neck. Here are the butterflies. Maybe I should have started with the clone trooper. A lot of people who wanted to see the clone trooper had to leave. But here we are. We have come to the clone trooper. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have some people come back. Mostly a guy who loves articulation. I'm definitely on board with the idea of like you need to put good articulation, right? You shouldn't limit stuff just because. But also, as posing people, we have to be good at posing, not just good at using the joints, right? You know, like, you can be good at posing a Revel Tech easily because you don't have to think too much about it. You just move the joints. But like a Marvel Legends, I'm pretty sure Peter's Late Rent did a whole video or a whole short about this, talking about how, you know, if you're just constantly relying on like just super, super high articulation stuff to be good at posing, you're not actually going to get good at posing. You're going to get good at relying on existing good joints. And again, you know, if certain parts don't move, like if the neck doesn't articulate very well, all right, well then you got to use the torso. If the torso doesn't articulate very well, you got to use the hips. If the shoulders don't articulate well, you use the elbows. There's ways around all of the limitations. Some figures are just bad. There are just bad articulation figures out there. But it's you also got to learn your tools. Learn how to do things without it being already done for you by the designer, you know? Classic figures that are not vintage. Oh yeah, I got butterfly joints are not essential. Pose better than the Black Series. Technically, those guys do have butterflies, but they're they don't do much. Like, it's just enough to make it useful. I have the Vintage Collection Mando, and he poses pretty well, but there are some parts of him that I'm like, could have been better. Mostly in the neck. The neck's really bad. No, Black Series butterfly joints can be modified. Oh, sure. I mean, you can modify any action figure to be better at articulation, depending on how much you want to do. In my opinion, good neck articulation is more important than having butterfly joints. If you have good neck articulation, man, you have so many options. Figure or model kit that can't move the head, you're going to be so limited. Even if you have amazing butterfly joints, the neck articulation has to be good. That's like an essential. And you can get around it. You know, I have some that have bad neck articulation, and I can still get some good poses out of them. But if I had a choice between, you know, butterfly joints or neck, I would go with the neck all the time. Kind of need butterfly joints. But see, no, you don't even need that, because I've got a Miles Morales, a Black Series Miles Morales. It's from the Ultimate Spider-Man, I believe. And he does not have butterfly joints. But golly, he is fun to pose. And he can get some really good poses, too. Double joints. Well, here's another thing. Double joints are not actually a necessity. Look at this. So this is a single jointed knee right here. And actually a single jointed arm too. This has the most incredible articulation you will ever see. So look at that. That's a single joint. And that's like, okay, cool. But that's a single jointed knee. Look at that. Look at that. That is really good. So, Black Series don't have double joints. It depends. Some of them don't pose that well. But yeah, like this is a single joint and it has more articulation than majority of doubles. That's just insane. Absolutely absurd. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of Rebel Tech, they don't even have double joints. If you're going single joints though, you just gotta design them well. And the problem is a lot of the big companies, they go the lazy route. They don't actually design the joints well. They just, oh, well, we'll make it look decent, but then they don't pose well. And I'm like, okay, but you can do both. You can do both. I mean, I have a Figma, the Figma Twilight Princess Link. All of his joints are single joints, and it's got a pretty good range. Pretty good. Due to design. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, just a blatant statement of you always need double joints is not 100% correct, because you don't always need double joints. You just need good joints. There's a big difference. Because you can also have double joints that are garbage. I've seen it. It is entirely possible to have double joints that do absolutely nothing. Get a dummy 13. Or I would say Sheik Mainland. The Sheik Mainland stuff is brilliant. I mean, that's what that red guy was. So it all comes down to the design. We're Onyx. Blokees Clone Trooper poses. Online. I can do better than that. How about I do an entire short comparing all of the joints? I think that I can compare it a little bit, but I can do an entire one. Single joints everywhere, no butterfly joints. You can hold the sword. Yeah. I mean, again, there you go. That's a good example of a well-designed figure. It's all about who's designing, and also the price point. Although the price point lately has become less of a thing because, you know, just because it's really expensive doesn't mean it's going to articulate well. And just because it's really cheap doesn't mean it's going to articulate poorly. I mean, we've got to see that with Blokees and InArt and stuff. Like, absolutely incredible stuff for very affordable. And I think it's mostly because of the stuff is coming out of China, and the Chinese, they know the manufacturing better than anyone. So, of course, their engineers are going to be able to make these better than anyone. Go. My one complaint here is that I think that the molding on the chest here, especially like the angles on the armor, could have been a little bit more sharp. I think they're a little soft. Softer than I would have liked to see. Holds up due to her being a Figma. Well, the funny thing is, like, some of the new Figmas, like I got Tears of the Kingdom Link. That guy was terrible. Like, he had double joints and everything, but the double joints didn't give him any more range than the old guys. I was actually very disappointed. I got rid of that, like, instantly, because he was terrible. Yeah, it's unfortunate when the older stuff is better. Like, they start off so well, and it's like, oh, they can only get better from here, and then it's like, oh, actually, never mind. Never mind. They're not getting better. They're actually getting worse. Okay, here's the midsection. Build is going very good. So far, a couple of hiccups with Anakin. That was because I built something wrong. That was entirely my fault. New Figmas are very QC-ish. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Unfortunately, that's the way a lot of big companies are going. Like, we got to know these brand names. Like, I know Mayfix has been having a lot of quality issues lately. I don't know about FigArts. But in general, it just seems like the big companies are slipping. they're slipping and the competition is getting stronger. And, you know, for example, I don't really know why I would want to buy a Black Series Clone Trooper after this. Like, if I want more Clone Troopers, I just will go to Blokees. I was actually tempted because they have a Thorn and Doom. Black Series does. And I was tempted to try and hunt those down, but I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do that now. Also, trimming white plastic is so much nicer than trimming any dark color. Brown, black, gray. White hides the marks so well. Pop this together. Oops. Oh, now I gotta pop this in. Popping the ball joint in is always... Oh, hey, that was a lot easier than I expected. Did I grab the wrong one? A2? No, that's the right one. Am I just not lining it up? Oh, well, yeah, that would be why. I put it on the upside down part. Bruh. Well, I'm gonna have to take this in half again. Can I just flip this over? Hold up. I don't even have to pull this out. This is the same on both sides. Look at that. Disaster averted. When am I going to do a review on Keyplay kits? I already did all the Keyplay Spider-Mans. I did a live build and a review on the Keyplay Spider-Mans. But I haven't done any more because... Well, I mean, they haven't released more Spider-Man as far as I'm aware. And that was kind of what most interested me. I like Blokees Ultraman S-Body stuff too much to get the Keyplay ones. I think that it just looks better. Oh, yes. All right, the waist. With the drop-down that I have complained about. Although, this one feels a little more solid. There's this one, and where are the joints? A1. Where's A1? That's Anakin. I'm going to put the Anakin runners over here so I'm not getting them confused. Here we go. Got this. Oh yeah, we need the belts. The waist unit. See, the waist unit I feel like has sharper mold work than the chest does. Okay, wait, which runner has... Ah, yes, here's the thermal detonator. Pop that off, and here are the pouches. Beautiful. Alright, let's trim some nubs. Oh yeah, that one's real bad. Right, this one's... Oh, the bottom one, that's where it is. That's where that piece of plastic is. Oof. Yeah. No tools, but... Tools sure do help. At least when it comes to keeping it nice looking. Keeping it clean. Alright, the white pieces. I like trimming these ones way more. Way less stressful. Oh gosh. Yeah, the spamming, we're not doing the spamming. Oops. Yeah, we'll do that. Yep. We are not doing that. Absolutely not. The spamming is already a no, but if you come in here and spam brain rot, that's an instant no. And if you do it again once your timeout ends, then I'm just going to hide you from the channel, and then you just won't be able to do it again. You're welcome. We don't all need to lose brain cells today. We only We only want to gain brain cells here. We don't want to lose them. There's a reason why it's called brain rot. Rot is the breakdown of something. Maybe it's because I use my brain too much, but I don't understand why people love to be obsessed with the brain rot. Like, I thought people liked being smart. I thought that's what it used to be, right? That's why I was like, oh yeah, go to college, or else you're gonna end up in a van or something. When Blokees... I know that there is a anti-venom on the way, but I think that's just a recolor. It's not a proper new one. Then we got Ultron, but he's bigger, but I think that's actually kind of in scale. But yeah, the proper ones, I don't know. I don't know what to expect for the next releases. I would love a Winter Soldier. I think that would be cool. I think Punisher would be an apt choice. Pop the pouches on. Very stiff, which is good. The only downside to this belt design is that means it's a little easier to pop free. Jordan's brand new. He fits in scale with Marvel Legends or SHF. He's big. I mean, he's a legend scale, so he's going to be probably 7 or 8 inches, if I understand correctly. Which, Ultron is just big, so he should work with the other guys, too. Also, yeah, so this just clips down. If I get it lined up right. Yeah, it just snaps into place, so you can just lever it back up if you're not careful. Blokees are increasing the height of champion class. Yeah, I mean, Anakin is 6 inches, whereas the previous ones were like 5 or less. Also, here we go. Look at this. That's a pretty good ab crunch for a clone trooper. Tilt, rotation. But yeah, the ab crunch is pretty good. 8 inches. Okay, yeah, I thought so. That's around the height of most of the Legend Edition. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and build the arms next. Because why not? What runner do I need? A1. Oh, I do need A1. Alright, A1 19. Not fit well with Blokees due to them being seemingly large. Mega Bricks! What did I get, Anakin? I mean, he's from Blokees directly. I got him straight, fresh out of the Blokees warehouse. Clone Ab Crunch is better. Yes, and it's also better than the Black Series one by a long shot. Because the Black Series one is okay, but it's not great. Not seeing it on BBTS. And it's because it released just today. BBTS probably doesn't have it yet. It's on the Blokees official website. The link pinned in the chat, that will take you directly to the Blokees site, and they're on there for $20 a piece. Which I think is a very good price. It's very good, in my opinion. Glad to see the Clone Blasters are not stuck in the hands. Yes. That is... They did improve. Available at the Blokees website. Yes. Like I said, the link in the pinned comment in the chat, that will take you directly to the Blokees.com site, and they are available today. That's why I'm doing the stream today, because today is the day that they are available. I need 14. Have I seen the new DC? Yes, I have the Arkham Knight one. I don't have it yet, but I am looking forward to reviewing it. Yeah, Mega Bricks, that is why today, yeah, that's why I'm streaming today. Typically, I wouldn't be streaming on a Monday. That's a little That only happens when I have a special reason to. Price. Yeah. Honestly, too, if they come to Walmart, which a lot of the others have been, put in Walmart, but if they come to Walmart, we could even see them as low as $15 because a lot of the Walmart releases, or the ones that go to Walmart, are only $15. If I see Clone Troopers for $15, you better bet I am buying them. No, the Clone Blasters are not. Here you go. Here's a Clone Blaster. See the handle? The hand sandwiches around it similar to Bandai, except they're way more firm. International shipping is still offline. Yeah. The Blokees, yeah, it's a little difficult on where you can get stuff. Although I will say these are probably up on AliExpress and stuff and ready to be shipped that way. Got the forearms. Judge Gojo, that's quite the name. Welcome. Is Anakin the same height as Blokees Brand New Day? I don't have the Brand New Day Spider-Man yet, so I can't tell you. Tabrix12, welcome. Will there be a teaser at the end of the stream? A teaser for what? Make sure I trim that off. You want to take extra care with the forearms because shipping price is cooked. What's the shipping price? Pacific Rim model kit. Yeah, there's a set of them. I believe. The set of little tiny ones. I almost picked that up, but I went with the Blokees Ultraman and Kamen Rider S bodies instead. Oh, the next stream? I don't think I can tease the next stream yet. The next stream will be on Wednesday. But, yeah. So this is like many Blokees releases in August. So, teasing, I think that might be risking getting Blokees a little annoyed. 15 for the 2 items, shipping. Are you sure you're selecting the right option? Although $12 shipping actually is pretty normal for a box that size. Also, why would you only get 1 Clone Trooper? That's my question. It's getting warm down here again. It was so beautiful for a few days, like fall type weather, and then all the heat came rushing back. Megabricks, does Blokees not have a free shipping threshold? I don't remember if they're one of the sites that do that. Have you seen the Clone Wars show? I have all the way through a couple different times. Default NPC, welcome. Parents, you kill me if you buy too much. But you, 2 of them. The Clone Trooper needs a buddy at least. Ultron stream. I can say I don't have Ultron currently. So I don't want to hype you guys up for an Ultron stream this week when I don't have Ultron. Law, you have to get 2 clones? Yes, then, because you do get 1 P1 and 1 P2, so, that's how it's got to be. And then it's not a massive army of troopers. It's just, it's just a couple. Am I into Kamen Rider? I'm only interested in certain suits because of the look. I'm not really, into the show at the moment. Because I have not watched any. It was only because of the Blokees S-body Kamen Rider wave that I was convinced to even look into it in the first place. Have I watched the Clone Wars yet? I guess you missed my last answer. Yes, I have seen the Clone Wars. I have seen all the seasons at least twice, except for maybe the Lost Missions. I think I've only watched that one once. I've seen them all twice, and then I actually own the entirety of the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch on disc. So lots of DVDs. Compare the clone and Anakin with Black Series versions. I definitely will compare the clones. For Anakin, I only have an Obi-Wan to compare him with. I don't have a Black Series Anakin, unfortunately. That would obviously be the best comparison. But Obi-Wan will have to do. Because, yeah, I don't have a Black Series Anakin. Only time I ever saw a Black Series Anakin in stores was the Ahsoka show version. Does Anakin come with Sith eyes? Unfortunately, no. Which I think is a big miss. I think he should have come with Sith eyes. Have I finished Bad Batch all 3 seasons? Yes, I have. I've watched all 3 seasons of the Bad Batch, and I need to do it again because my wife hasn't seen all of them. We watched the Clone Wars together over it was last year. You're glad not to own a single Black Series? Hey, there are some good ones, like the Pagadon Mando. I'm actually very pleased with the Pagadon Mando. And their clone troopers aren't that bad. It's just, they're not the best they can be. And I think Blokees might be that. A 5s, but it broke? What? How? Is it the ARC Trooper? The 6-inch ARC Trooper version? I actually had that one for a bit. I had 5s and Jesse. But I ended up selling both of them. Anakin is taller than Darth Vader? No, the Darth Vader Blokees kit is actually the same height as Anakin because Vader was the tallest. Blokees actually made him taller to begin with. But now he's not taller than everyone else. He's just the same height. The helmet. Okay. I will say they do okay. The helmets do okay. But, you know, when we have Blokees, you know, why settle for less when we have Blokees? Alright, so let's actually put this thing together. How big is Anakin next to Vader? That will be answered in the review. You'll have to wait for the full review for that. Blokees using hard plastic. Yeah, that's fair. Do I have Black Series clone? Yes, I do. I have 2... Actually, no. I have like 4 or 5 Black Series clones. But a couple of them are painted, so don't worry. There will be close comparisons with the Black Series clone. That will be a thing. Do not fear. Alright, you gotta get this right, because... no Blokees. Yeah, there's the black and gold suit, and then there's the, Actually, it's like, what do they call it? Legend Edition Light or something? The Decade. Phase 2 helmet looks a bit off. It's a little narrow from what I can tell. Like, the breather tubes don't stick out the sides as much as they do in the show. But we'll get a closer look at it once I put it together. Don't worry. I feel like I didn't trim that. Oh, yeah, I didn't trim that nub at all. That would be why. Completely missed it. Can't wait for Kenobi. Agreed. I think Kenobi's going to be very good. I mean, if this is anything to go by. Oh, yeah, and then we got this little, like, piece that goes across there. And then we've got this that goes here. Then we've got this. And then the arm bend. That's a very good arm bend. Oh, interesting. Feels nice and solid. Great. Cool. Awesome. Love it when something comes together and works. Oh, both Kamen Rider are Legend Light. I guess that makes sense. They weren't, like, really, really big. Is the Clone Trooper building process similar to the Stormtrooper? No. Not really. The Clone Trooper is a little more complex. It's more complex and it's more well-rounded, I would say. It's just a little bit better in general. Okay. Now we build the joint. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the... No, never mind. I'm correct. I've got the right one. Anime style Ahsoka. I am curious to see if they'll do like the Clone Wars style faces. Can Anakin do the Obi-Wan spin pose? I would have to look at that pose and then look at Anakin to figure it out. I don't know all of the dueling poses by heart. I know I'm a fake fan. I like clones better, okay? I pay more attention to clone poses. Alright, and then we pop this little thingamajig in place. Is that correct? That doesn't feel correct. Oh. Wait, hold on. Well, that's kind of shoving that piece out. Let me see. Is this the same both sides? The anime eye style. No, not quite as intense as the Clone Wars. Like, the Clone Wars faces are very, very specific. Yeah, this, if you bend it, it kind of pops this up a little bit. See? You can... It's a little annoying. I keep thinking it's raining. It sounds almost like it's raining outside. Alright, now we pop the arms on. And then let's get the shoulder armors. You watch anime a lot? I guess that is a place that has a lot of dueling looking poses. When you're talking about his spin pose, are you meaning the one where it's behind his back? The saber spin behind his back thing? I mean, you do get the, you do get this lightsaber, so you can at least do that. What is it? He's the hanging guard stance kind of neutral pose. And Obi-Wan is the over the head. I think the hanging guard stance is a little difficult for him. Alright, there we go. And this is way better than the Black Series because this is just on a hinge. And the Black Series one is on that rubber tab. So when you put the arm out to the side and then put it down, the Black Series one will just stay. Because until it just... and sometimes it never goes down. But this is on a hinge, so it's easy. The behind the back. Yeah. Again, I'd have to look at that if I wanted to replicate that properly. Because I don't know it well enough off the top of my head. Oh yeah, hands. You get hand plates for every single freaking hand. I love that so much. I hate swapping the hand plates. Legend Edition likes because of the lack of accessories. Interesting. I thought it was due to the size, but perhaps not. Oh yeah, here's another reason why this is better than the Black Series. Swappable hands. Black Series does not get that. I can hear my daughter yelling upstairs. I don't know why she's grumpy. There's the, I might just pick hands to attach the blasters to, because, it's a little difficult. Alright, let me trim. So we got, this is one trigger hand. Don't want to trim too much into the knuckles, because that could be bad. And then, which one is this? Oh yeah, so the hands work like the Bandai one, where you sandwich it in. But because, see how we got this big peg here? That goes into the hand, which means it's going to be a sturdier fit, but taking it apart again is going to be so hard, unfortunately. So I'm going to grab the blasters, and I'll probably give him... I mean, it's possible. You're not just building it permanently in place. It's just a struggle, because, you know, once you get it together, there's not much of a seam there. Question, just my children. Right now, I only have one child, and she's 4 months old, so she doesn't quite share the hobby yet. Although, if you go to the posts tab on the channel, you can see she definitely wants to steal my 3-0 Optimus. Is the helmet color separated? So the face plates are printed, and then the other parts are color separated. But anyway, yes, if I let her, she will grab anything that I let her grab. Figures, model kits, Lego. She really likes my Lego 501st Troopers because she likes blue. So if I have a 501st Trooper, she will grab it. And then she will likely try to immediately eat it. Because that's what 4-month-olds do. Everything is food, you know? And she has heart. I agree. I agree. But yeah, as soon as she's allowed to, you know, actually have stuff and not just eat it, she will have access to plenty of Blokees and Lego and Mega and who knows what else. So here is how you build the gun. It's just 2 pieces. It's a little hollow on one side, but this is actually super cool because you can do poses where the gun is sliced in half by a lightsaber or something, which I think that's pretty cool. But here we go. So this, the hand goes on like this, and then you have to settle this tab into place. Pop that on. Do I prefer phase 1 or 2? I think I prefer phase 1, but they're both clone troopers, and I just love clone troopers, so I'll take either, but I do like phase 1. Kamen Rider belt soft. First time seeing Blokees using soft plastic. They used it also for Grimlock in Galaxy version, what was that, 2? Was that 2? Ta-da! You can take that out if you want, but it's difficult. But yeah, they've used soft plastic a couple times. Anakin's another example. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Defender version, Grimlock, the Wader one, the super rare. I'm pretty sure he was the first use of the really soft plastic. So AliExpress is stuff already, you know, it's in China. Blokees always releases in China first, so they'll always have it first, and they will always overprice it first because they know that, oops, I grabbed the wrong one. That means it's not trimmed. They know that us Americans will want to buy it quicker. Ooh, can I do this? The price will go down once the full release happens. Clone and CC Darth Maul. Yes, definitely. Blokees Stormtrooper versus Clone Trooper. The Clone Trooper will win. I'll just tell you that now. I built a hand that I just didn't trim at all. I guess it's fine. Here we have the other blaster. Was it DC-15, DC-15A? Yeah, the Rivals designs are just kind of cool looking. Well, at least for some of them. Some of them there's a little like, what? Pop that out. I am going to try Rivals at some point. I probably won't stream it, though. I am going to be streaming Campaign Evolved soon, though. Possibly this Saturday. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to be doing many streams this week, so we'll see if I'm too tired to do it or not. You must have Anakin. I think he's the best option for the character out there, to be honest. I really do. I really do. A combination of looks, articulation, and price. Like, it's crazy. You love the rivals design yourself. See, I like most of the designs. I think a lot of the female designs get into a bad area. Most of them do, anyway. But I love the Spider-Man design. Base Spider-Man. Ultron looks great. Moon Knight looks great. And Solid. See, those are characters I would never play. I don't want to be staring at just a butt the whole time. That's why I don't like most of Rivals, because it's like, I don't want to have to just stare at that the whole time that I'm trying to play. And it's completely unnecessary. You don't have to make it look like they just, you know, spray painted their skin. Not necessary at all. Campaign Evolved. It's the new CE remake. The new Halo. The one that's turning the Halo fan base into a den of screeching vultures. But yeah, it's called Campaign Evolved, since it's no longer just the combat that's evolved. Luna Snow looks fine. You may have a different opinion because of anime, because, see, I won't watch a lot of animes as a result of this. Because it's just like, you know, I don't need to be staring at that. That gets to a very, I don't know if YouTube will demonetize me for saying the word, so I'm not going to say it. But explicit content, and, you know, the more stuff you look at like that in a, oh, this is fine standpoint, the more it's going to be fine later. And none of it's fine. Customizable. The clones get released. So these clones, because the parts, you know, because you can take them apart, because most of these pieces are like all individual, the painting opportunities are endless. Like you can do so much. Obviously, we don't have stuff like macro binoculars or antennas or any of that, but I do think we'll get those in the future. But for now, in terms of just painting different legions and stuff, very, very customizable. I have 2 original clone characters. You'll see one of them whenever I make my review. You'll see one of them there. And I definitely want to make them again in Blokees form. Blue Venom recolor. Oh, that would be neat. What other themes should Blokees do? I mean, I personally would love to see some Pacific Rim. I think Pacific Rim, Halo. Those would be great. What else? Honestly, some Final Fantasy stuff would be cool. Mostly just... I mostly just want Cloud. Wait, that's the wrong side. That's for this side? Yeah, that's for this side. Mostly just want a Blokees, Cloud Strife. Boss HB. Is that the first time you've sent a message in the chat? I have not seen that name yet. I forget too, the stream is... So whatever I'm saying will always come to you guys like a second or so later. Ben 10 or Invincible. I feel like Invincible is more likely than Ben 10. But with Blokees, never say never, I guess. Because they're doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, Blokees Halo. I mean, can you imagine a Master Chief kit like this? Because there was the sprue kits long time ago. But to be honest, the sprue kits were never that good. They were kind of... They were okay. They were rather gappy and not very advanced. But like a Marine as well. Some Elites. Because right now, nobody is really making good Halo products. Like, we just aren't getting it. And 1,000 Toys is still doing the Spartans, and even Jazzwares is doing Master Chief. But we haven't gotten like an actual like elite or whatever for ages. Destiny. Oh yeah, man, that would have rocked. But unfortunately, that's probably a ship that's sailed because Destiny is kind of dead and gone. Like, we don't... I don't think we're going to see that ever. But again, who knows, you know. Never say never. Maybe I'll just go ahead and pop all the parts out for the legs here. I just need to keep them separate. 15. Doctor Doom. Oh, that's definitely going to happen. Like, I say definitely. I don't know that for sure, but I would be shocked if that didn't happen. Like, it just makes sense. Whoa. I'm hitting the camera. Yes, we need this. These little horseshoe-looking things. Hope Doomsday is good. Yeah. Lord Shax. Oh my gosh. That would be a brilliant kit. I would love that. At any size, really. Nosiko Stan. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. But anyway, I agree with you. Marvel has been on a downward spiral. I haven't really enjoyed anything from them since No Way Home. Which is why I'm interested to see... the new Spider-Man. But yeah, the Doomsday trailer even just kind of got me face-palming. I was just like, oh, really? We're trying to pull an Endgame before we've even built up to anything Endgame worthy. And really, bringing Captain America back? He had a perfect story ending. Why do we have to bring the man back? Let him go and live the rest of his life in peace, you know? I mean, I guess he did live the rest of his life in peace, so I don't know what version of Cap that is. New Spider-Man from Brand New Day. Yeah, I'm curious to look at that one. I have it on the way, but it's not arrived yet. That over here. Yeah, I'm just making a pile here. There's Endgame to understand Doomsday. I mean, yeah, but technically speaking, you kind of have to watch a handful of things. But I don't know. It's just kind of... It gives me no hype. I actually did feel, you know, excited for Spider-Man because they've done the marketing quite well. But for Doomsday, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't have high hopes. I think it's going to be one of the biggest letdowns in Marvel history, which is saying a lot because they've done a lot of letdowns. But I think the hype is going to come back to bite them. And I think it's going to chomp their legs off. Yeah, the Spider-Man... Back for the fans. And yeah, that's literally it. So, the Spider-Man Brand New Day kit is not currently authorized for sale in the US, which is why it's not on the Blokees website. So, I think BBTS might have a pre-order, but also, if you want it quicker... just go to AliExpress. That's where I bought mine. It was like 25 bucks. And you have to wait like a week or so for shipping, but it is the most surefire way to get it sooner than like a pre-order. Shot in a town. That's actually super cool. Don't spoil anything, but that is super cool. Actually, my cousin's grandmother, she used to work in DC, and so she saw the streets get shut down for the filming of The Winter Soldier, which I was like, man, that would be cool to see. Wait, did I already trim this one? Yes. Just double checking my work. No spoilers. Good. I'm trying to avoid spoilers because I haven't been able to see it yet. And I haven't been able to see it yet because I've been working too hard on Blokees content. The grind goes on. But it seems like everybody's keeping it pretty good in terms of, like, not immediately blaring the spoilers all over the internet. But the longer I go without seeing it, that does increase the risk of spoilers happening, even on accident. This white plastic trims so well. Oh, I don't want to sneeze. Oh. Avoided it, though. Brand new day early. Said it was pretty good. That's what I'm hearing. People are saying it's pretty good, which is encouraging because everything else has been like, it was meh or it was awful. Or like some weird politically charged, like, it was good, and if you think it was bad, then you're this other political party. And I don't know. I hate that sort of thing. It's like, why can't we just say if a film has a good story or not? If it has a good story, it has a good story. If it has a bad story, it has a bad story. We don't need to make it political. Although, that reminded me, speaking of political things, I think it was the U.S. Department of Defense put out a propaganda poster that I thought was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen as like a propaganda. It was like a U.S. Marine standing there with an elite, with a elite zealot charging at him with a lit energy sword, and it was supposed to be like, oh, wow, our guys are the best. They can always win. And it was like, nah, guys, you just showed a poor man about to get burned in half by white-hot plasma. This is not propaganda. This is like a horror movie shot. So goofy. How are the clone visors? Misprints. I mean, let's take a close look. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I mean, you could say it droops it a little in the corners, but nothing a little panel liner won't fix. And again, there's a little bit of space up at the top, but for the most part, it's not bad. It's decent. I haven't actually seen any misprints yet. Who's got the misprints? I haven't seen those. And what kind of misprints? Like visors too low, visors crooked. Had not experienced that, which is funny because I usually get all the worst quality control problems. All right, let's put a leg together. Pop that. That's correct. It's there. Little. Oh, it's a super easy fix. Here, you know what? Do I have a panel liner? Oh, I don't know if I have a black one down here. I think I might have took my black one up. Anyway, all you gotta do is take a black panel liner and just color that back in, and it won't even be noticeable. It's not super noticeable as it is, but yeah, if you really don't like it, panel liner is your best friend. The pen type, not the pour type. A thinner? A thinner? I would just get a Gundam panel liner pen. Just a simple black panel liner pen and just panel line that in and you'll be good. Yeah, it's very minor. I've seen some Black Series ones that are like straight up crooked, which is always a little embarrassing. But yeah, a panel liner pen, I might even do that with mine. It's super simple, super easy. Very safe. I would not use thinner, because as far as I'm aware, thinner is caustic. And that could just break the plastic. And you don't want to do that. That would suck. That would suck to, have your brand new clone helmet just disintegrate because thinner got into the seams. But it's an easy fix at the end of the day. Alright. I like that they did the texture on the undersuit. That's super cool. Alright, put the calf armor together. Then we get the knee. Which way is up? This way. There is a little bit of rotation in there, actually. I don't know if that was purposeful or if it's just a byproduct. Wait, hold up. Did I do this upside down again? Bruh. I sure do love putting joints in upside down, don't I? Golly. Still rotation there, though. Locking, including both. I was actually expecting that, too. But hey, this just means now they've got everything they need to start cranking out variants. Like, they can still do Phase 2 helmet with macro binoculars. Phase 2 helmet with, you know, a sun visor or an antenna. And then Phase 1 helmet with antenna. There's endless amounts of repaints and re-releases they can do. And personally, I'm here for all of it. I want every single repaint that Blokees can think of. I want them all. Every repaint. Alright. Pop that on. Then, oh, wait. Hold on. Was I supposed to put that on? Oh, no. Never mind. I don't have to do that. They made a good base. Yeah, they did. It's the perfect base, in my opinion. Oh, okay. Clearly that's not the way to do it. No, maybe I do need to. No. What are we doing here? Why is this not fitting? I must be putting this on wrong somehow. How am I doing this wrong? What? Is this just the wrong side? Did I just pick the wrong side? You know, I built a lot of model kits. And I like to think that I've got some experience under my belt, you know. I'm not new to this. But sometimes stuff like this comes along and I'm just like, what the heck am I even doing? Why is this going wrong? Like, why is this such a struggle? It's like it's not reaching far enough. Unused DC-15 prop design. What's the big difference? That's my question. What's the difference between the two? I don't know why this is such a pain. Golly. One of these days, I'll get there. There's only so many. This is like not fitting. Do I need to? Oh, hold up. That's the small side. But now the problem is that doesn't fit, which means, oh, I thought this was just a standard piece. Yep, there we go. Okay, there's a small side and there's a big side. And whoa, I really couldn't figure out which was which. Movie accurate rifle looks like an upside down. Wait, yeah, there's two versions. There's like the more sniper version and there's the... Wait, is this correct? Oh yeah, that's correct. Okay, we have a leg. Waist joint could use some tightening, but that's... Most Blokees are that way. Also, this could use some tightening, because this is a swivel that doesn't need to be there. But I will say, guys, look at that knee bend. I would put some sticky tack in that swivel, though. It's a beautiful knee bend. Beautiful knee bend. Alright, let's crank through this leg, and then we can build the helmets. Because, I also have somebody coming to the house, and I need to make sure I'm wrapped up by then. Oh, it sounds like Alora's happier again. She's no longer angry yelling. Favorite Star Wars movie? Rogue One. Oh yeah, Rogue One is pretty good. I really like Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi was one of my favorites as a kid because of the Endor stuff. Although, then again, Empire Strikes Back was also really cool because I loved Hoth. It's hard to pick my favorite Star Wars movie, though, because a lot of the stuff that I like the most is in the shows. Like the clones. The clones are best in the shows. Mando. Mando's like my favorite character in Star Wars aside from Clone Troopers and like Cal Kestis. And again, it's all the shows. Although Mando and Grogu was pretty good. I enjoyed that movie. The joints aren't skinny anymore. Yeah, they're instead of being pre-assembled joints, they ditched the pre-assembled joints and went with proper joints. Not the pre-assembled stuff. Like you got to build the joints, but now they look better. And in my opinion, that's a perfect trade-off. I will take building the joints. I don't think that's a problem in the slightest. Go. I will say this blaster rifle does look a little shorter. I think it's just stylized, so it looks a little more Clone Wars-esque. Right. Trim away. What do you think about Blokees using the ball joint? On one hand, haha, no pun intended. On one hand, I'm disappointed because, man, you could get some good, like, angled, like, real tight angled poses for, like, blasters especially. So I think that's a bit of a loss. But it does make it significantly easier to swap hands. And I think it probably makes it cheaper for them. Because the hands... Before, the wrists would sometimes require the hand to be bigger. And they would oversize the hands just to be able to fit the wrist. And that I didn't really like. Now they don't have to worry about that because the joint's attached. So it's both a blessing and a curse, I would say. We lose some and we gain some. Hands are way smoother and quicker to swap. They did a good job keeping range. Like with Anakin, you could pull the hands forward to like pop it out of the socket in a way that's intended, and you can get more range that way. But we do lose those super tight like blaster poses, which you know, you kind of want that for Clone Trooper, but it is what it is. I'm neither super pleased or super disappointed about it. I think it's just a necessary change. The Clone Trooper, I don't believe, has a pull-out wrist. The joints don't look the same. Pop that on. Make sure you squeeze the joints together fully. Okay, did that correctly this time. Great EVA Productions, welcome. It's been a bit since I've seen you around. Yeah, so they'll actually say it on here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in. There you go. ABS. That's the standard Blokees plastic. It's all Blokees Clone Trooper. Yes, the Clone Trooper is who we're assembling now, and he is glorious. The best Clone Trooper, I think, that's out there for the money. It's like the Fig Arts clone trooper. If the Fig Arts trooper costs like not a ton of money. All right, let me put the foot together here. You break every time you mess around with it. Particular parts of the kit or just like the kit in general. So far, I haven't had many Blokees actually break on me. That being said, I have messed with model kits a lot, so I know kind of what it feels like if something's being forced, you know, too far or whatever. Start making Clone Trooper Legions. I mean, they're doing Cody, so clearly they know that we want variants. All right, we have a body, which, if you guys are wondering, you can pull this down and you can get the leg up to there. And without the twisting that the Black Series requires. But yeah, also, you know, it seems like Blokees wants to know what we want in terms of variants. So, make your voices heard. Obi-Wan. Yes, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul and Commander Cody are next up. So we'll be able to do our Battle of the Heroes, sorry. Duel of Fates, too, if we want to. Imagine if they do Commandos. If they do Commandos, the market will be broken at forever, and I think Black Series collectors will start migrating to Blokees even more. Because they're always begging for more Commandos. And it seems like Black Series is always kind of doing it half-baked. Thick pegs and joints. Bay versus Optimus has... Oh, the original, like, galaxy-type joints. With the pegs, you gotta be careful about twisting them. Twisting them will... Or, like, when I say twisting them, I mean, like, bending them. If you bend them, that's a surefire way to break a model kit. Because, I mean, it's parts. First 212 Shock Troopers. I don't know. We also need, like, Wolfpack. I would love Wolfpack, because I feel like Wolfpack is also really popular. I would love... I mean, 501st is probably a guarantee. Also, I'm kind of hoping... I don't know if they'll do this, actually, because it's Revenge of the Sith Cody, but I would love if Cody included a Phase 1 helmet, too. I think that would be awesome. Like, sure, it wouldn't be accurate, but I would love that. Full case of Blokees Defender version 3. Nice. With these Anakin and Obi-Wan kits released globally. Anakin is available right now on the Blokees US store. For other countries, like the UK, I don't know when and how they're releasing, but as far as I know, these are worldwide releases, yes. But yeah, if you're US based, you can order these two right now from the Blokees website. I'm trying to be extra careful with these parts because this is the helmet. And the helmet, you know, you got to get the helmet right. I don't want to mess the helmet up. Famous last words. Watch me, like, make the worst cut of my life right after that. The knee joints. Yeah, the knee joint is half old Galaxy joint. When I say old Galaxy joint, I mean, like, Galaxy Waves 1 and so on. They used... half of that joint is an old Galaxy joint, and the other half is just attached to Optimus. Okay, so... Phase... Oh, wait, where's the fin? Hold up. I tossed out the Phase 2 fin. That's a bad move. South Africa. AliExpress might be your best bet, then. I have really no knowledge of the South African market whatsoever. So I can't really speak on that. I don't know like what retailers you guys have over there that would typically stock stuff like this. Next month, by the time you receive your paycheck. Well, I guess we'll see. All right, so the helmet here. You can see we're stacking some stuff. Wait, I think I'd flop that around. Come back off. We want to build this correctly. Galaxy blind boxes and get those joints. Yeah, it's literally just half of those. You can just, you can use half of it. Wait, are these back pieces the same? No, they're not. One of them is way bigger. Good to know. Oh yeah, and then we've got this. Wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, is it the wrong one? Oh yeah, wait, you do it this way. That is the wrong. I was correct, I just had it backwards. Alright, so we've got this, and then this pops on like that. Look at that. That settles into place. And then look, they actually did the red light on the back of the V-fin. Or sorry, V-fin. I've worked too much with Gundam. No! The fin. And then we can pop the face on. Malnourished clone trooper. And then we can... This is a stiff joint. Gotta make sure I line it up correctly here. Why is this so stiff? Okay, do I need to put this on first? Oh yeah, you gotta put this on first. Gotcha. So you put this on first. That looks weird. Why is it the Beasts? Optimus and Classic Class and Galaxy. Nice. Oh, Mr. T Huge, welcome. You're actually just in time because... Boom. Clone Trooper. So the face is a little bit more flattened than I'm used to, a little bit more squared off. But I gotta say, the design very quickly grew on me. I think it's pretty good. Also, he can look up, he can look down, he can tilt side to side, look from side to side. I think this is a mighty fine looking trooper. Fine trooper indeed. Let's put together the phase 2. Because we got to see this phase 2. Because the phase 2 is the potential point of contention here. Alright, let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, yeah, that way. And then flip that around. And then we pop this on. Then this has to go forward. Then we put the cheeks on. Yeah, this is where it's a little flattened. Oh yeah, we need some battle droids ASAP. Champion class B2 and super battle droid. The B1 and B2. So here you go. This is the phase 2 helmet. Definitely needs a little bit of panel lining because he looks a little sleepy. But yeah, you can see the sides of the face don't flare out as much as normally. Episode 2 phase 1 helmet looks better than the 2008 one. Yeah. BFC mat. Yes, indeed. BFC all around. But yeah, so it's narrower. The tubes should flare out a little bit more. But other than that, I don't know. It's hard to complain, guys. It's hard to complain. I'll pop this on really quick for you to see. Also, there is like a little curved part on the neck that can rotate out of the way, but that gives more downward motion. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. It's a little stylized, but I think this is my definitive clone trooper now. And I want like 15 of them. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. He's got... Oh, yeah. He's got the stance. He's everything. It's beautiful. Chin is a little too pronounced. It's not that the chin... So this slope should actually be a little bit more gradual, and the tubes should flare out. If the tubes flared out, the chin would look less pronounced because the cheeks would stick out. Wait, let me get an example. Then I'll wrap up. We'll use a Bale's Toys trooper as an example. So you can see how the tubes stick out farther on the sides. The chin sticks out pretty much the same distance. But because this front of the face is a little flatter, it kind of makes it look like it sticks out more, and because the tubes aren't as wide. But that being said, I still absolutely love it. Paint the mouth with a metallic marker. Yeah, you could do that too. Although, I'm a sucker for the actual Clone Wars show, and the black mouth is a bit Clone Wars show-esque. So there you have it, guys. I think Blokees is absolutely killing it. And with that, I'm going to end off because this stream went a little longer than expected. However, once the stream ends, go over to the videos tab and give it a second. We'll talk about the height in the full review because, like I said, I am out of time. So I'll go ahead and pray us out. And don't worry, there will be plenty of content about these guys with as much information as I can think of to give you. Gray teeth on the face too. Yeah, they didn't really do the gray teeth. But again, painting is a possibility. But anyway, I'll go ahead and pray us out. Well, Lord, thank you for bringing everyone here today. Thank you that we were able to enjoy these awesome kits and that we, have access to this hobby at all. I just ask that you would give everybody safe and enjoyable weeks. Just thank you that the scheduling worked out, because that was a little bit dicey there for a minute. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, guys. I am off. Like I said, I'm a little over time here. But thank you all for stopping by, especially on a Monday stream. I very much appreciate it. And we have... Man, Blokees is spoiling us. They're spoiling us. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a great week.